Okay, alright.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Hey, you said you were going to
No. This is my podcast.
This sucks.
You look like a traveler. You know, someone who's like.
But even you're a traveler. You're
I
Tando
am.
travels.
I am. But
you
now
know,
this is my podcast. I need to look.
you need to look the part.
I need to look. No, there are two sides of me. You know, the traveler and now this side. So
The serious side.
The serious side.
You look like you're.
I went to see a client. That's why.
Yeah, but you look like you're like a KTN
Oh,
representative.
in today's news, we shall.
Yeah. Plus, with your iPad and stuff, it's like okay, like this is what I'm going to interview him
question-
about.
We're trying to make it professional adventure scene. Gosh.
Okay, fine. Let's do this interview.
Oh my gosh. Welcome guys to my podcast. I know there were many audio issues in the last one. I'm sorry. But Adventure Singh was able to teach me amazing stuff. Check out his course. I'm actually good. I'm hopping on that next week. So yeah. But thank you so much for coming. This is the 14th
Thank you
podcast.
so much for having me.
Yeah, and would you like to kindly introduce yourself, rather? And
All right. So, well, again, thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you.
I'm so excited to actually be here.
yeah.
And yeah, my name's Adventure Singh. Well, my name is. Cut that out. Please.
Like my name is Adventure Singh.
Yeah, no. It's actually really funny how many times people will come up to me and
Yeah.
go like, Adventure. I watch your vlogs. I'm like, no, that's not my name. So maybe that's like started ingraining into my head. But yeah, my name is Rajvir Soin. I run a channel called Adventure Singh. And I travel a lot. So my channel is all about travel.
Yeah.
I also do a lot of travel photography. And just recently, I started a course called Mastering Run and Gun Video. I just thought that I should mention it since you said course. That's what it's all about. So it teaches
Yeah.
people how to make videos using
Yeah.
the simplest gear.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been traveling for what now? Like 4 years now. My channel's 4 years old, and it's been a really great time.
Nice. So how did you start? How did you go from dentistry? Because you actually studied dentistry, and people will be like, "What?"
Yeah.
To this, yeah.
So it's a funny story.
Yeah.
Yes, I did study dentistry until third year.
Yeah.
Dentistry is usually 5 years long, but actually, funny story again, because of all the strikes and stuff, it's been
Yeah.
extended to 6 years.
Wow.
So I avoided like 3 extra years wasting in uni.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, I was really good in academics and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And my parents were like, you're a smart guy.
Yeah.
You should look into something in the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
And again, growing up, I always wanted to travel. So
Okay.
I would look for careers
Yeah.
based on the ability to let me travel.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, I was like, oh, if I become an actor, I can travel the world
Yeah,
and do my
yeah,
acting.
yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
cool. And then, of course, I mean, like, how do you
Yeah.
become an actor, right? Then I started a band when I was in O levels. Yeah, so like I used to play the guitar and I was like the lead singer, and I was like, oh my gosh, this could be another way
Yeah.
for me to travel the world and
Yeah,
like
of
tour with
course,
my
yeah.
band. This would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then again, dreams came crashing down. Like at the time, as a creative, it was really difficult to grow because
Yeah,
social
it's true.
media wasn't that big.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
this was around what, like 2012,
Okay,
2011.
okay.
And then but that's where my creative sort of my creative juices
Yeah.
started flowing.
Yeah.
And that's where I started realizing I can do something creative. So yeah, well, when my dreams came crashing down for the whole band thing, then my parents were like, yeah, get into something in the medical field. So I was like, I don't want to become a doctor because
Yeah.
I'd have to be in the clinic like 24/7,
Yeah.
taking care of patients. So I thought of dentistry, where I heard of dentists who would work the whole week and then take the weekends off, and they'd make a lot of money during the week, so they would just travel during the weekend.
Yeah.
And that was like, okay, this is amazing, this is what's going to let me travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how I got into dentistry, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I started studying dentistry.
Yeah. So when did you realize I don't want to do dentistry anymore? I just want to create content.
Okay, so this goes back to now when my creative juices started flowing.
Yeah.
During my O levels,
Yeah.
I was snooping around. I found a camera in my brother's cupboard. So he bought that camera because we used to go to the national park,
Yeah.
and we never had a camera to take photos. And then when we got the camera, we stopped going to the national park. So the camera was just collecting dust. Right?
Oh, God.
And when I was snooping around, I saw the camera. I was like, ooh, what can I do with this? It would be so cool to try it out.
Yeah.
So I started taking pictures. And again, at the time, 2012, 2013, these pictures were HD. So any picture you take, people are like, whoa,
What?
that's amazing. So I was like, wow, I'm a good photographer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, I was a horrible photographer. Just I was taking really high definition photos. And so I started a Facebook page where I started posting pictures, and people are like, you're an amazing photographer.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could become a photographer
Yeah.
eventually. But then again, when I told my parents I wanted to do photography, but they were still insistent on, like finish up med school and then
Yeah.
you can look into doing photography.
Yeah.
So fast forward to about second year of dentistry. On the side, I was building a wedding photography career.
Yeah.
So my parents were very supportive of me doing me doing medicine,
Yeah.
and at the same time growing a business in photography on the side. They
Which
said
is
if it
good.
works out, yeah, which is amazing. They said
Yeah.
if it works out well and good,
Yeah. That's
just as
nice.
long as you balance your
Exactly.
studies with
Yeah.
what you like. And I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So coming to second year was really easy
Mm-hmm.
in dentistry. Like from first year, the curve was literally like coming from 100 to like 20. First year
wow.
was so hard.
Yeah.
So coming into second
Yeah.
year was like so chill. So I had more time to focus on my business of
Okay.
photography.
Okay.
And I started shooting weddings here and there, and it started making more and more sense that I could make a lot of money with photography. And that's where I started putting it into my parents' minds that maybe this could be
Yeah.
a full-time career, right?
Yeah.
So come into third year, and that's when we started experiencing strikes in our university. So there were just so many strikes, one after the other, and I think we wasted about like 6 months just sitting at home doing nothing.
What?
6 months. And I actually lost a huge gig that was going to be one of the biggest gigs of my life, a wedding photography gig. I lost it because the dates that were announced for the wedding was clashing with my exams. So I had to call up the client and be like, I can't book your dates because my exams are on those dates.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my gosh, this is a bummer. But anyways, no problem. Good luck with your exams.
Yeah.
And then you hear about the strikes, and the strikes start going past the dates. So it's funny because like
Oh my
about a
God.
month before I called,
Yeah.
I'm like, are you still looking for a photographer?
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
no, we've already found a photographer. I was just like, ah!
Why?
Like such a jab, like
Yeah.
that the amount of money that I was making for that wedding was literally life changing. But I lost it all, and it started bothering me. It was
Yeah.
getting really frustrating
Yeah.
because I wasn't so I didn't want to do I knew I didn't want to do dentistry.
Yeah.
I didn't want to practice it.
Yeah.
And then over here I'm losing money from a field that I want to actually practice, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And now I started going through this thing of should I quit? Should I not quit? I've already reached third year.
Yeah.
What will everyone else think? Again, like coming from an Indian family. So I started asking people like, should I quit? And so many people told me, you've already reached third year. You have 2 years left. Just finish.
Just finish.
but in my mind, like it just
So
it
hard.
wasn't settling with me,
I
like
know.
wasting 3 more years or 2 more years, and I want to do that. I want to go and travel. I want to become a photographer.
Yeah.
So I told my parents, look, enough is enough. I want to quit. And they were like, okay, don't quit, but take a gap year. Okay. See, explore your alternatives in life, see how you find them. So what happens if you become a full-time photographer, and see if that's something that will sustain you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I went into third year. So now my exams were coming up. And I remember when I told them, when they agreed to let me quit, I closed my books so quick. I'm like, I'm just going to walk into these exams like a boss. Because I was studying so hard to like get this stuff done. Third year was hard again.
Yeah, definitely.
So I walked into every single exam like 3 minutes before the exam, and I walked out 30 minutes after the exams, and all the students were asking me like, dude, you studied that hard, you know everything. And I'm just like, yeah, because I didn't want to tell them. I didn't want anyone else like
Of course. Yeah.
Trying to convince me to stay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I've studied, I've spotted this stuff. So it's funny that I passed 8 out of 10 exams. So I had 2 left. I had 2 that I flunked.
Yeah.
And those 2 were the ones that that fell on Thursdays and Fridays during the uni semesters.
Yeah.
And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is generally how an Indian wedding happens. So I would have to Skype those classes. And they were practical classes.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and it was practical classes. So you have to practice. One of them was how to make dentures.
Oh, okay.
And you have to practice that stuff, which I had 0. And
yeah.
So when my parents saw my results, they were like, but no, you're so smart. Look, you didn't even study. Just finish. I'm like, okay, let me take my gap year, and then I'll look into going back.
How many years later?
Yeah, I haven't gone back yet. No. So I took that 1 year off, and I just went and traveled left, right, center. I started making vlogs. Now that's when my channel started seeing a boom, because I started making so many videos. I backpacked Thailand for 30 days, Laos for like 10 days, ran out of money. That's another funny story.
Jesus Christ.
Then I did the whole coastline of Kenya and just other different spots in Kenya.
Yeah.
And that's when my channel started growing.
Yeah.
Then at the end of that year, I made a video called This Is My Year 2018, something like that. What I've learned, the lessons that I've learned.
Yeah.
And it was this whole inspiring thing about, I think we were talking about it the other day. I believe in the universe and how the energies, like if you put yourself in a certain vibration, like everything just works for you.
Definitely.
So I was talking about that in the video. And I remember I was just sitting using my computer. My parents watched the video and they just came up to me and they're like, we're so proud of you.
No.
If you want to quit, just go ahead. We support you in whatever you do.
Which is amazing.
I know. I was in tears. I was like, wow, you guys, you're like the best parents ever. Like,
that is amazing.
Yeah, because every time I say this to like other Indian people, they're like, your parents are like that? And I'm just like, they're awesome.
But also they saw like how your dedication, you're so hardworking, and even like in the trip to Mara, like I saw your creative process and I was like, damn, this guy is so hardworking. And I'm not saying that to like, toot your horn, like it's genuine. So I'm sure your parents are like definitely.
They saw the hard work.
Exactly.
It's true, because the thing is, you can do something like, if I quit dentistry and then for the rest of the like 6 months I sat on my butt and did nothing. Exactly. Yeah. Then that's a totally different case. You see, I didn't quit because I'm lazy. I quit because I had a completely different passion that I wanted to pursue. Exactly. A lot of people did think I quit because I was lazy. I couldn't handle it. No. But it wasn't the case. And if I didn't work hard, I probably wouldn't be here. right?
We wouldn't be
we
here.
wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't,
Exactly,
honestly.
exactly. We
Yeah,
wouldn't be here.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
the hard work was necessary.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get it wrong in terms of like
Thank you.
the content creation aspect.
Thank
It's
you.
not something that's easy.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
not.
And in fact, when we came back from Mara, how many times we have tried to contact each other and we're just like, yo, I'm busy, I'm working on this, I'm working on that.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
we're always
crazy,
working on different
always.
things.
And like the sleeping hours and like the working hours are so crazy. Like in the Mara, we'd wake up like at between 3 to 5 a.m., sleep at midnight.
Yeah.
And constantly, people were probably thinking, these guys are just having the time of their lives. They're just, hot air balloon safari. Oh my gosh, FOMO.
Yeah, no, it's not that easy. Like,
What?
yeah, like what we show on the camera is like a completely different thing from what's behind the scenes.
We should actually start doing behind the scenes,
We could. I mean, that's yeah. I want to look into doing something like that and maybe start a second vlog channel. But you see, like,
Ooh, I've seen many people do that actually. But it's
I can't. Like, I'm still editing. Yeah, like, how do you keep saying? So, anyways, I think the whole thing behind that is that, well, so for my videos, I want to show it in the light of what would a tourist feel like if they traveled here, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to show it in the light of, oh, I'm a creative and I'm traveling, and this is all the hard work that I'm doing, because you see that takes away from it takes away from the experience and who my audience is. My audience isn't quite creatives.
Exactly.
Maybe what attracts creatives in my audience is my filming quality, and maybe once in a while I'll talk about like, oh, this lens, like how we did the lens thing.
Yeah.
But otherwise I want to share it in the eyes of a tourist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's where then some people think like, oh, these guys just travel and like they're rich and they have everything so cool, but again, like it's a lot of hard work.
It is.
Yeah.
And also about like the Mara trip. Oh my gosh, it was so much. Let's talk about that trip.
Let's talk about it.
First of all, Somak Safaris, thank you so much. They organized
thank you guys
everything
so much for sending us. I mean, that was
amazing.
So amazing.
And everything was sorted out, from like the transport to like ensuring that we got like really good rooms, the food as well, ensuring we're comfortable, we're safe, and even like the hot air balloon safari, which was like the icing on the cake.
On the cake. Like everything was so seamlessly done, and I also really love how they were super cautious about like the pandemic. Definitely. And all the and staying up to standard with keeping us safe. So kudos, guys. Good stuff.
We love you guys.
I love you. Yeah, highly recommend.
Yeah. So so how do you get to collaborate with brands? Because I've seen your media kit, and first shake my hand. It's strong.
But I also really like the way you design yours. Like your design level is next level.
I actually want to do graphic design like on an advanced level.
You should, and I think like please design my media kit again.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, going back to your question of brand deals.
Yeah.
So initially when I started out, it wasn't as easy as it is now, because I was developing my skills in just generally making videos, and I was building my audience. Initially when I started, I had no audience, but I had a little bit of like the filming, just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I used as my pitch, like, guys, I can come and take a video for you, and please just let me stay.
Yeah.
I beg you. But I mean, the good thing with Kenyan brands, not many of them have, well, I don't know if it's a good thing for them, it's a good thing for us, they don't have like video content, right? And in this day and age, video content is just like,
or even the photo quality is not that good.
Yeah, or the photo quality isn't that good. So that's where you can step in and be like, okay, I can do this for you in return for this. And that's what I used to my advantage initially. So that's how I started getting these brand collaborations. So telling them like, hey guys, we can do a video for you. Let us stay there for like 2 nights. Now I would use that to my advantage and make vlogs out of it, right? So I can build my audience.
Exactly.
But initially it was really hard, because the hotel expects you. the hotel expects you to like work your butt off and get everything. So I
Exactly.
remember like I did should I mention their name? Okay, so I did this one hotel and they wanted me to film every single room.
Every single room.
Well, every single different
Oh, okay,
alternative
okay. I
room,
get what you mean. I
right?
get what you mean. Okay.
So they wanted me to do that. They had like 7 different rooms. They gave me a 4-night stay. They
Okay, that's
wanted,
good.
yeah, and I wanted, I kind of convinced them that we should also film excursions so that like like
Nice.
your audience knows where they
Exactly.
can, what they can do while they're
Exactly.
in the hotel.
Yeah.
And that also gave me that advantage of like I can vlog these excursions, what to do in this place.
Yeah.
So there was so much to do, and they're like, oh, come into the kitchen and film us in the kitchen. I'm just like, oh. So number one, I have to do all that filming, which by the way I didn't use like 60% of the footage.
Oh my god.
Right. Then I had to make my vlog, and the level of quality of my vlogs.
You must. I'm just thinking about the video editing.
And then go into like, I want to do my Instagram stories, I want to do Instagram photos. I was going crazy.
Were you doing this by yourself, or did you have
No,
someone
so
to
at the
help?
time I was traveling with someone who
Oh.
told me that they would help me in terms of like getting more brands to create content.
Nice,
And
nice.
would help me like in terms of backing up my stuff, and would learn how to edit.
Okay,
Yeah, but,
that's good.
yeah,
But it didn't.
she she didn't do any of that stuff.
No, so you
Yeah,
did
so
it
she
all
just
by
hopped
yourself.
along. Yeah, so she just hopped along for the trip and like just left me to do my own stuff, and I was so annoyed.
Yeah, I
So
can
yeah, I was like,
imagine.
nah, yeah, not again. So anyway, so like everything was up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh.
so it was wild. But anyway, so I told myself like I need to get out of this really quick, because I just want to offer these brands my
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can just, because I love making videos, it's fun, but I love making them for my vlogs. I'm not such a big fan of like, okay, here's a product, let me make
Commercial.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while it's fun, like if I'm trying something really like,
Exactly.
exciting and new,
Yeah.
but like other than that, nah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, my main aim was the audience.
Okay.
And that's how I landed brand deals. So then of course, as my channel started growing, then I started telling brands like, hey, these are my videos, I get these many views.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are how many subscribers I have.
Yeah.
Are you interested in collaborating?
Yeah.
To showcase your product to hopefully a new audience, a bigger audience.
Okay. Hypothetical scenario. I am 10. I have 500 followers on Instagram. I don't take photos or videos like you and I, but it's decent-ish. I love traveling. I want to travel Kenya. How do I approach a hotel? And let's say across my other social media platforms, I don't have a YouTube channel, I don't have a podcast, I don't have a website, I don't have a portfolio.
Fine.
Yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. You see, you have a lot of skills. So do you do accounts?
Okay.
Or do you consult for, is there a bird hitting into this?
I don't know.
Or do you consult for how people can make their food?
Okay.
Or yeah, are you a chef?
Okay.
Or can you tell me how I can paint my walls better? There's so many different things that you can offer someone, but it depends on who you're offering it to, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to a hotel, you probably, if you have a skill that can help them, then yeah, sure, you can travel.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that skill, look at how you can use that skill with other brands and make that money to travel. Right?
Oh, yeah. It's all about like strategic positioning of craft. Yeah.
Because you don't necessarily need to travel for free, but you can make the money to travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because initially when I had zero skills, I was really good with my photos, not video.
Yeah.
And yeah, I ran a photography business for so long. I did wedding photography, and I made quite a bit of money, which I kept on the side, which then I used to travel.
Yeah.
I backpacked Thailand.
Yeah.
I paid for all of it myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I used a skill that I knew to make money, take that money, put it into travel. And I think that's how one
Yeah.
zero would
Yeah,
travel.
10, that's how you can travel.
10, that's how you can travel. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to, even the video you sent us in the group today, like about how to approach brands, you don't need to talk about, if you don't have that many followers, don't bring it up.
Don't bring it up.
Yeah, because that's quote unquote our weakness, with lack of a better word to use.
Yeah.
So bring out your skill.
Bring out your strengths.
Your strengths,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like if I don't have an audience, I have a way to show you how to bake your muffins better.
Exactly. Yeah. And also like trying to find a unique way to approach hotels, you know, like there's a word I've forgotten. But anyway, yeah, a unique way to approach hotels. So,
Yeah. And again, like, don't get into this mindset that it's easy, because it's not.
Oh, it's not.
It's not easy.
Be ready for rejection.
I hit
have
up
been
at least
rejected
like
so many times.
yeah, I've been rejected so many times.
So many times.
It's insane. Like there was a time I wanted to go to Diani. I hit up this guy who offers these really cool excursions.
Yeah.
And the guy goes like, "Oh, you want to come and do this with your 500 followers?" No.
What?
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's...
My chest!
That was so mean. I remember sitting there feeling so heartbroken. I was like, one day you'll see. But it's funny
and
because...
now you have 10, you have 20 times those followers in his face.
Yeah, but no, it's funny
are.
because I actually reached out again and he like left me on scene. So I just don't... I think he just doesn't really give a damn.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So yeah, you'll face a lot of rejection, because I hit up like 20-30 hotels a week when I need to travel, and only one of them will be like, yeah, sure, come along.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So if you need to show someone how to bake muffins, it will probably be a little more difficult.
Yeah.
But you just have to... that's where hard work comes in again. You know, like, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make a whole list of... if I'm making 50 hotels, you're going to make 100 hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to be like, okay, I need to get the right contacts, and I need to hit up all of them with
contacts.
The right contacts.
Not the reservations team.
Not
the marketing team.
Not the info at.
Info at. No.
Yeah, not the info at.
Some people even go on LinkedIn. Like, go on LinkedIn. But then in Kenya, people don't really use LinkedIn.
They don't, but
abroad,
like, you need to be creative when it comes to... but I think that's a story for another day. That could actually be a course on its own. Thank you for the idea. So, the other thing is, if you're 10 and you bake cakes and you want to travel, you could find another skill, or maybe even if it comes down to baking cakes, find a way to level up your skills.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because you want to offer something that no one else has.
Yeah. Exactly.
So don't just stay comfortable, because even for someone like me, for someone like you, we're always looking to hit the like push those boundaries.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So don't settle with what skills you have. Try to get better. Find something new to offer.
Exactly.
So for me right now, it's funny. I started with the medical field,
mm-hmm.
but now running a business, running all of this, I know marketing, I know how to copyright, I know how to send out emails.
Yeah.
I can find the right contacts. That's a whole skill on its own.
Yeah.
I can consult for Instagram. I can consult for Facebook ads. I can offer product photography, product
conversation after this.
So many skills have just been built, one over the other. Okay. So I also know how to consult with businesses, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's where creatives need to start looking into, first of all, diversifying their skill sets,
mm-hmm.
and not being afraid to ask for money.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of creatives they hate money for some reason. They don't know how to charge people, and they just keep selling themselves short. So 10, if you're out there and you're selling yourself short,
stop it.
Please don't. Yeah, just don't be afraid to ask for money, because you have to love money if you want to feed yourself and continue doing what you love, which is the creative process. You're a painter. You want to keep painting for the rest of your life. You need to make money to do that.
To sustain yourself.
So ask for the freaking money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's a book I read by Elizabeth Gilbert that's called The Big Magic, and she was talking about how she didn't want to rely on her creativity, which is her writing and stuff, to be able to fund her lifestyle basically. So she worked a 9 to 5. So the people who actually do a 9 to 5, so they're able to, you know, fund their lifestyle and not put pressure on their creativity. But if you're someone who doesn't want to have a 9 to 5, you have to listen to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because how are you gonna put food on the table?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of don't agree with the book that you've read. But again, we had this whole argument because of that. So there's two sides of this coin. If you're someone who's entrepreneurial and entrepreneurial mindset, which is I
and me,
then you need to know how to ask for money. But if you're okay with working a 9 to 5, I mean, which is totally fine.
Yeah, which is respectable, of course.
Because you can work a 9 to 5 and make a lot of money, travel during the weekends.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah. If you're not making enough money, then look into your side hustle. And definitely see how you can fund your travels.
Yeah, or trade Bitcoin. No, I don't
trade Bitcoin actually. Okay, so I'm not trading Bitcoin. I'm buying Bitcoin and waiting for it to go up. And like
that's one area. No, I do like stocks and currency, but Bitcoin. No,
I know Bitcoin is volatile.
It's like too much.
One day it's 8,000, the next day it's 20,000, the next day it's like 13, and you're like, bro.
I can't. So speaking of money, how do you travel on a budget?
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, the good thing is now I use my content creation and I get free hotel collaborations. So I don't know if I've paid. I don't.
Let's hear this disgusting statistic.
Yeah, I know. Like for my last for the last year or the last 2 years, I've actually not paid for my travels. But I
this guy.
Yeah. But that's mainly for accommodations. So for travel, there's three things. There's your food and there's your food, there's your accommodation, and there's your transport. Okay. Now, if you're going to a certain destination, I get my accommodation sorted for me because that's usually the most expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. For transport, there's two types of transport. There's super comfortable. You can get an Uber, or you can go local. Not as comfortable, but like it's authentic. It's fun, and I love authentic and fun travel. So I'll go for stuff like tuk-tuks, or boda and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So those are super cheap matatus. In fact, sometimes if I have the option of if it's a long trip, I have the option of a matatu over a tuk-tuk. I know the matatu is going to be cheaper, so I'll use a matatu.
Okay.
Right. There was a time I was traveling the coast, and if you want to go from north coast to south coast, you can actually use the ferry by foot, and it's free. And then from there,
that's true. Yeah, it is.
So like there's all these modes of transport that are really reasonable. Third is food. So usually my accommodation will organize the food, but if I want to go out and eat, if it's a big restaurant, I'll try and find a way to collaborate with them, but then I'll have to mention them in the video, as usual. But if it's a local place, I'll just pay for it. So if you're looking for something like a 30-day trip here, and flights I pay. So I'm still trying to land an airline. Please, whichever airline is listening right now, Safari Link, KQ, Jumbo Jet,
Flight
guys.
540.
Yeah,
Don't
what
sleep
are
on
you
us.
waiting for? We're like the next best.
Exactly.
So I pay for my flights. Okay. So if I'm traveling for like 30 days, then I'm probably going to pay about 40-ish thousand. That's like $400.
That's good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's crazy good. That's 2 nights when a hotel.
Exactly. But that's because I get free stuff.
Exactly.
Now, if you're someone who doesn't do content creation, doesn't want to do any collaborations, if you have money, you want to spend that money, you can look into Airbnbs if you're a family.
Yeah.
Or someone who loves their comfort and that chill travel. Then there's the other type of traveler, which I am, is the backpacker.
Yeah.
And I backpack
And couch surfing, but that's not in Kenya. Is
I
it in
think
Kenya actually?
I think they do offer couch surfing in
What?
Kenya. Yeah, but I wouldn't trust.
I wouldn't trust couch surfing.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
anyone who doesn't know what it means, you're sleeping in someone's house.
Yeah, you basically you go online. It's a website called Couchsurfing,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of hosts over there, and they
Yeah.
just literally host you for however long you want to stay for
Yeah.
free.
It's not the same as like Airbnb where you, because there's Airbnb where you have the entire apartment or you share with them.
Yeah.
Couch surfing is more, how do you explain it? There's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, like, hey, I have an extra bed. Just come and stay with me. Like let's have food together. Let's
Or
talk
even
about
you
your
can
travels.
sleep on the couch in the sitting
Yeah,
room.
yeah. So that's what it's all about. I
yeah.
think it's a really cool idea because
Yeah.
you meet people, you make friends. Like, so if I was
Yeah.
hosting people, you learn stories from different parts of the
Exactly.
world.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trust it over here. There's
So
certain countries where you could
you
trust
could.
it.
I feel
Yeah.
like in Europe you can kind of.
You probably
a
yeah.
bit.
Here
a bit.
here it's a bit sketchy.
I mean,
But backpacking over here is pretty nice.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of places that are top notch.
Your
Then
best three.
Diani backpack. I don't have a best three. I have like a best two. So
Okay.
Diani backpack. It's the coastline again.
Yeah, yeah.
Diani backpackers and stilts.
Okay.
Yeah, my
So
favorite.
guys, check those ones out if you're interested in backpacking.
Yeah. So if you're someone who wants to do more of chill traveling, you will have to spend a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you want more comfort, so you got to pay more.
Yeah. And then there's the luxury traveling in Kenya. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So the thing with Kenya, if we're talking about Kenya, Kenya is I'd say Kenya is a luxury destination. You don't do a travel like, oh, I'm going to go and travel for 40 days in a row, right? Unless you're a content creator, you just can't do that.
Yeah.
If you're in Southeast Asia, like
It's so
Thailand, yeah, it's so easy because one, there's hostels everywhere, and they're like 5-star hotels, dude.
Yeah.
They're literally like, you walk into it and you're like, dude, is this a hostel or a hotel? How much am I paying per night? 300 bob. Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, you could get hostels for 300 a night.
Three, like $2 something.
$2 something. Yeah, it's insane. So and it's
What?
really safe for, like, if you're a female traveler, you're a male traveler.
But the flights
super
there are a
safe.
bit expensive though.
Well, the flight from here to there, you'd be looking at paying like what, $700.
Return.
Yeah,
That's not too
it's
bad.
not bad at all.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's
700.
reasonable.
Wait, but what season though? When's the best time to
I don't
travel?
know. Well, I went in like October, November.
Yeah, December is the worst.
Yeah, then don't. That comes to another tip. Don't travel during peak season.
Don't ask for collaborations during peak seasons either, because I feel like the hotels they'd rather pick someone who's paying them over someone who's giving them
but I
free
actually
service.
learned something new from Tanu the other day, and she was
Okay.
like, hotels actually are more likely to give complimentaries because they're making money. So I don't know. I found that a little bit odd. I was questioning
But
it.
that kind of
No, it doesn't. Like, as in,
Wait.
why would I give someone a complimentary if I can fill up my whole hotel?
yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's an either or. Just have to test it.
Yeah,
see what
okay.
works.
So I guess just test it out. Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
if you're not a content creator, don't travel during peak season. That's when it's super expensive,
It's
and then the places just get really
crazy.
touristy, so you don't enjoy it as much. I mean, we were in the Mara, and we were just like us.
Yeah,
The
actually,
whole Mara was
yeah.
just ours.
Exactly.
And it was magical.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Santorini last year summer, oh my God, Raj. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just-
So touristy. Summer, it was so hot. We got buns and stuff and like sunbuns and like, nah. If you're going travel like end of August, September, like literally, don't travel in the summer it's tricky.
What are your tips for budget travel?
Budget traveling, can I say like across out of the country, because that's what I'm kind of used to. What I'd say is, one, book your flights using Skyscanner, because they have hacker fares. So that means that if you're booking a flight, let's say to Greece, to Athens, and you want to get a cheap flight, what you do is you get the cheapest airline that's offering that flight like going, and then the cheapest airline coming back. So you end up like flying 2 different airlines.
Oh yeah.
That was the cheapest. Like,
and then also they do like long layovers
exactly,
so that you can save more
long
money.
layovers, they're cheap.
Yeah,
But
it's
oh
amazing.
my god, if the airport is bad, I'm
Oh, yeah.
so sorry.
It's like the worst.
Yeah, but like in Singapore, I don't mind doing like an 11-hour
dude,
layover.
for
Man,
sure.
that airport is
Singapore.
crazy. I've never been, but
You've
like
never.
you've been.
I've not been.
You
I've
know-
not been. I've just seen it online. It's like, we should. I know, right? Like I've asked you, let's do a backpacking trip. We should.
We
Man.
should.
It'll
I'm
be
so
like the time
down.
of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like backpacking as well, like what you said is so cheap. And the hostels are so good. You meet amazing people. You know, when you think of a hostel, you're like, a hostel? Like the ones in campus here?
Yeah, no, that's not what it is.
No. It's good.
Yeah, it's completely like you could get yourself a room like this.
Yeah.
Actually, so a room like this would be the common room where you come and make friends.
Yeah.
And then the coolest thing with backpacking is, first of all, never make solid plans if you're backpacking.
You can't.
Because you meet a group of friends, you bond, and you're
let's
like,
go here.
I want to travel with you, and then you change your whole itinerary based on what they want to do. It's like the best thing ever.
You're the most spontaneous. You should be called Spontaneous Singh, because oh my god, this guy is so spontaneous.
I went to Thailand and changed my itinerary like 4 times.
What?
There was this one place that I went to, Pai.
Yeah.
My favorite place in Thailand.
Okay,
and I'm so sad that I only booked 2 days there because so, coming from Kenya, when you think of northern Kenya, you think of like isolated, boring, nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought probably it would be the same in Thailand, because the northern area of Thailand is literally the same as northern Kenya.
Yeah, okay.
Well, not northern Kenya, but like the isolated places of Kenya.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I got to so first of all, I booked 2 nights in Pai because I had a flight on the 3rd day coming back to Bangkok.
Yeah.
So flight number 1 on this day, 2 nights stay, flight number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't change those flights.
Damn.
So I literally had to stay there 2 days. I got there, it was amazing.
Yeah.
On my last night, I was like, no, I wish I could change my flight. Yeah, so don't book your stuff in advance, because I also learned that if you're to book your flights like last minute, they're still the same price. In Asia, at least.
Yeah.
So I was just like...
In Europe, don't try that. Europe, it's so different. Like literally, I saw the price increase from like a $50 jump. Because I was contemplating, I'm like... do I want to really go for this trip? Maybe I should. And then, like, one moment, 120, 170. What are you talking about?
That's crazy. Especially, so you probably need to look for, like, alternative methods if you want to do that spontaneous sort of thing.
Yeah, I think if train, it's called inter something train that's across
Getting
Europe.
From like one place to another.
Yeah.
Same thing in like Southeast Asia. Like just grab a bus or a train, right?
Yeah. Or even a bus.
Yeah.
Man, the bus hours.
Sometimes if you want to be spontaneous, you have to deal with the uncomfortableness.
And if you want to travel on a budget as well, you have to.
Yeah, you have to deal with it.
But
you still have the time of your life.
Oh, you have an amazing. Who's your inspiration and why?
Ooh, that's a crazy one. Do you know Los LeBlanc?
Of course.
Yeah. Like, I mean, who doesn't? If you guys don't know Los LeBlanc, you should go and check him out. He's a travel vlogger.
Yeah.
Where do I start? So coming back, let's rewind a little bit to 2nd year of uni, where I started getting the thoughts of I want to quit. Why did I start getting those thoughts? You may ask. So I was scrolling through YouTube and I started watching like vlogs.
Yeah.
Right? People filming themselves. At the time, it was like relatively new, and I watched like a few people here and there, Casey Neistat, Fun for Louis. They're quite interesting. Like, people can actually film themselves and like, make YouTube videos. Super cool.
Yeah.
Then I got a suggestion. I quit. And I was like, what's this? So I click on it and this guy just goes like, oh, this has been my last 6 months. Like a whole montage of him traveling. I'm like, what?
Just like...
I'm just like,
bloody. My
Yeah, I'm
life is not like this.
Yeah, like what does this guy want to sell me? Quit. So I left the video. Okay. A few weeks later, it was suggested to me again.
The universe.
Yeah, the universe. Like, so I'm like, okay, let me just watch it. So I watched the whole video, and he talks about how, like he studied accounting and he hated his job and he decided he wanted to quit. So he took a GoPro, started backpacking through Southeast Asia, and he started growing an audience through his YouTube videos. And I was like, I started moving closer and closer to the screen. I'm like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And right around the same time was guys like Sam Colder, these guys making their travel montages, making you feel. So actually, that's what enticed me to watch that I Quit video even more.
Okay.
Because I was like, man, how do I travel?
Yeah.
Right? How? So watching guys like Sam Colder and stuff, like that wanderlust was just building and building. So when this I Quit video was suggested again, that's when I was hooked. So I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I loved everything he was talking about. I loved how he edited the video. I loved how he used the music.
Yeah.
And wow. So I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Oh, man, that lifestyle gets you hooked.
I know. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now. So now that's where the bug in my head of, I want to quit that's what started pushing. And like, I remember there was this constant battle at home of, these guys, they're Westerners, like they get the privileges, like as in, will you really be able to do this? Like, these guys have rich parents and stuff. And I'm like, no,
they do
not.
not.
Like, that's not how it is.
Yeah.
So, and I don't blame them, because like, as in, who have you seen from Kenya who goes and travels for like 50 days in a row in another country that no one knows about, right? As in, okay, you went and studied, but like...
It's different.
Yeah, but as in, like, just generally. Like, it's very rare. You'll have a few people, but it's kind of rare.
Yeah.
So I told them, guys, man, no. Like, as in, like, this guy has a story. Watch his video and watch his other videos. You'll see his growth.
Yeah, yeah.
And from there, he used to daily vlog, and I just got hooked to his vlogs. Like, they would give me that sense of, like, I feel like I'm traveling.
Yeah.
Right? So when I started vlogging, I was like watching his stuff, and I was just like, okay, this is how I want to do it. And now, even if you watch my videos right now, they're kind of similar to his.
Links are in the bio.
Yeah, kind of similar. Like I take a lot of inspiration from his videos, because the way he combines his filming skills with the way he tells his story, that's like literally what I love. Yeah. And that's what I translate into my videos as well.
Yeah. And something people need to realize is that him, Sam Colder, Peter McKinnon, Chris Howe, you, me, like we weren't born with, oh yeah, I know how to take photos and videos and stuff like that.
No, of course
it's
not.
a skill, like how you said he had a GoPro, and you were telling me initially like he had no skill whatsoever.
No
with a GoPro.
It was like what? A GoPro 3. And he would literally put it on like a tripod and just walk around with it. And even initially, this was also another thing that was really inspiring. When you watch his first videos, he goes, I'm over here, I'm just traveling. No confidence in front of the camera, no story. And it gives you that sense of, I can do this as well. If he got to this point, I can do it as well.
And you can do it too.
You
just need to believe in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's where the first step is. You have to believe in yourself. Yeah. And you have to start.
Yeah, 1-0.
Whatever it is.
Start. I feel like there's actually a 1-0. And
1-0.
Hi, 1-0.
No, but we mean like the rest of the audience.
Yeah, of course. Right? Everyone else as well. Not just 1-0.
Yeah, so... I would say he's my biggest inspiration. After that, like in terms of like filming and stuff, I'd say Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat. They really changed the vlogging.
Casey Neistat's vlogs. You're like, you're like, what is it? Stock? No, it's a drone. Okay, yeah. He has a drone in a vlog. What the heck?
Yeah, I feel like these guys really changed the whole vlogging game. Yeah, and like I had that phase of Casey Neistat. I don't know if you watched my first video. You know how it started, and then you have like vlog one. That was like my Casey Neistat phase. And I'm sure like if you start vlogging, you'll have the Casey Neistat
I think I
phase.
will actually.
Everyone has the Casey Neistat phase. It's like it's just there. But yeah, it's a great learning stepping stone. So yeah, Casey Neistat's also been a big inspiration, as well as Peter McKinnon.
Yeah.
Matty Hapoya.
Oh yeah.
But these guys are like, like secondary. Like if you ask the biggest, like the one who's like at 100, the rest are like 60, 50. It's Walter Blanc.
And I want you to talk a bit about your run and gun course and your presets as well, because those are like your babies,
Oh yeah,
like,
those are my babies.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Wait, so should I talk about it in like a business aspect, or am I supposed to plug it?
Anyway.
Anyhow,
you
okay,
like
so for the creatives out there watching and thinking of diversifying your business, digital products is the way. Like, so if I wanted to collaborate with Somac Safaris, right, super huge company, they want to send me to ABC, I may have two thoughts. I could be like, okay, I can travel with you guys for free, or I can charge you guys. If I really, really want to go to ABC, I'd have to do it for free.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm risking if I tell them I'll charge them.
Exactly.
So how do you put food on your table? Digital products. So I know that, okay, if I'm traveling to with Somac to ABC and I'm making vlogs about it and I'm talking about my digital products as well, I'm more likely to get like, people buying those products.
Exactly.
And that literally pays my days while I was going and traveling. So I have presets, which are basically these filters that you put onto your photos in Lightroom, and they make them mind-blowing. And you actually got them, so that's how I know you. Yeah. So she was one of my first customers. Like, just give it here. Yeah, I mean,
support Kenyan content creators.
Yeah, so I made the presets, and then also because of the pandemic, I had a lot of time to make a course teaching people how to make their videos using the most basic gear, because you have people who have their phones and they'll ask you like, I just have a phone.
Yeah, for sure.
How can I make videos like you? Can I even do that? And you can. So that's what I made the whole course for.
Yeah.
And that again is another source of income while I travel. So if you're anyone who has if you're trying to build your Instagram and you want to make your photos look amazing, you can check out my presets. They're called Presets by Adventure Singh. They lay more into the side of like travel, tropical vibes. So if you have travel photos as well and you want to share them with your friends and look like you're an amazing photographer, you could get those presets and edit your photos with them. Secondly is the course. If you have a basic camera and you want to do something like we are, traveling the world making videos for people, or just making videos for brands, for your business, then I think that would really be a course for you to take your video skills to the next level. That's called Mastering Run and Gun Video. Link is in the description. And yeah, you could just go to masteringrunandgunvideo.com to check it out.
Yeah. Nice. So 2021, how is it looking for travel for you? And
I'm actually very excited about 2021.
Yeah.
Wow, I've got a lot in store. So I want to finish up with traveling Kenya. And like we were discussing before, I want to do kind of like a little bit of a popular spot, but still not marketed, because I know about Kenya, the places that are marketed a lot are Masai Mara and Diani, but I also want to showcase, like Naivasha Hell's Gate, or Samburu or Amboseli, the less known but still known. I don't want to do too much of isolated. So I have like 6 weeks left to complete that. Well, I have 6 weeks lined up to complete that, and then after that I want to start doing East Africa. So the rest of East Africa rather, so like Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda. I might do Sudan, I'm not too sure. Okay. And then from there expand outwards. So I want to do a trip from Kenya to South Africa, the driving trip. Hopefully. Yeah, but if not, then I definitely want to start covering Southeast Asia and South America, those places.
Hey, hit me up.
It's
Travel
going to
buddy.
be like super exciting. Yeah, and I'm actually really excited that we've become like travel buddies
Yeah,
because it's fun to
honestly.
travel now. You know,
Yeah.
I've you know, the thing with Kenyan travel is that you have to stay in resorts. There are a few backpacker places, but not in every place, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you have to stay in a hotel, it gets boring, right? And then when you have travel buddies, it gets fun. So
we have one more other travel buddy that we shall be we will be introducing later. Okay, thank you so much. Even a big thank you to the Cave by the
thank
Park.
you so much to
How is this? This place is amazing.
I know, it's
like
so nice.
Thank you so much for letting us have this podcast here. The rooms are amazing, and you're gonna see content on that for sure. And yeah, thank you so much. It means a lot. And yeah. And thank you for coming, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, like, it was amazing.
Yeah,
nice discussion.
Yeah.
So, guys, should I say subscribe to Zanelle's channel?
And his
subscribe
channel.
to her podcast, Apple Podcast. You're an Apple, right?
Yeah. So many
just press all the buttons. Just don't press the buttons that unsubscribe.
Yeah. Check him out. Check out his YouTube channel, his Instagram, your Facebook page, his master run and gun video.
Everything. Just check out everything.
You'll
see all the links.
I
know there's so much. It's like there's so many call to actions. What do I do?
Email him if you're a hotel, actually us, and you want us to collaborate. Like we're very open to collaborate with hotels and airlines and
with everyone tourism based.
Yeah. So thanks, man.
Yeah, most welcome. Thank you for having me. I feel like we just closed a business deal. Bye, guys.
Bye.